Hi everyone, this is Carolyn with Logan's Crafty Mama. In this video, I'm going to show you what these keys right here do. These 8 keys. In the first video, we actually went over the settings one, but so I'm not going to go over that one, but I am going to go over these other 7. So if you missed the settings one, go back to my very first one, not the overview, but the very first Cricut class, and it'll explain that for you. I am using my new camera that I received, so the hopefully you guys will be able to see close up and all that a whole lot better. On Thursday, I'm going to go over these. The reason I didn't go over these on today is because, like I said, I got a new camera and I'm trying to work with the zoom and all that, and I actually just got it. Today's Monday when I'm filming this. I just picked it up today, so I don't know anything about it. So I don't want to film a whole 20 minutes on these and then it not work. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to film these for Thursdays. So we're just going to focus on these for today. And then and then next week, next Tuesday and Thursday, I'm going to go over those, and that will be, I'm not going to say it's it because we went over those already. So yeah, we'll go over these on next week. And after that, I'm going to open up my giveaway for the Gypsy. But I'm still going to be doing some classes on the Cricut cartridges, show you some different things. But that'll be pretty much all you need to know about the machine, how to use it. And the reason I want to go ahead and do that giveaway after next week is because at the end of February, unless ProvoCraft changes it again, you won't be able to get the 5 free cartridges on your Gypsy. So I want to go ahead and get that and pick a winner and get it out to you so you can go ahead and register it, update it and all that, and get your 5 free cartridges. So that's why I'm doing this kind of, I'm splitting it up like that, because I don't want to wait till the end of February, finish the series, and then you guys miss out on the 5 free cartridges. So we're going to go ahead and power it on. My son unplugs this thing every day, I swear. Drives me nuts. I'll knock him out one day. So bear with me on the zooming and stuff until I figure this out. I finally got a remote, guys, so I don't have to stand right behind my camera. I love the zooming on this thing. It is so much better than my flip. Look at that. You can actually say that says multi-cut. Wow, my hands look huge. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, and before I forget, thanks to several people, I was told that I knew you can use your Cricut. You can mat. You can put it in that way or this way. I knew that, but I didn't know if you could still put it in with the hangy part going in first and still do the dragging it down here and do the paper size. I was told you still can do that. So I haven't tried it, like I said, but I was told by 3 or 4 people told me you could do that. So make sure you guys are reading the comment section down below. Because some people are answering questions for me down there. And if you have a question still, like I said, ask it and somebody will catch a hold to it, I hope, and answer it. Okay, I'm going to show you what the multi-cut button does. So first I'm going to load my paper. Okay, let me hold up my screen so you guys can see it. Okay, the multi-cutting is really good if you're using chipboard, which is actually also what I call, what do you call that? Cereal boxes. I don't have any with me, but what multi-cut, I'm just going to explain it, what multi-cut does, and you don't even really have to do it with the cereal boxes or chipboard. Sometimes you get like a die cuts with a view stack paper and it's got glitter and it won't cut the first time. I have that problem sometimes. So what you do is you hit the multi-cut button. And back when I showed you guys in the settings how to change the multi-cut, if you're using like a really thick chipboard, you can click the settings and change it to multi-cut 4. But I leave mine on multi-cut 2 because most of the time, not all the time, most of the time that does what I need it to do. So I have my multi-cut button lit up. Let me zoom back out so you guys can see the thing. I'm going to cut, I'm tired of cutting. Let's cut a heart. I'm tired of cutting out circles. You can put it on multi-cut and watch. It'll cut it once and then it'll go back and cut it again so that it And then you just hit unload paper, and there's you a heart. So that's how the multi-cut button works. It's really simple for that. That one's, I use that one a lot, especially when like I said, I'm cutting out some thicker paper that you guys are seeing, that you may have your pressure on high and you may have your blade depth on 6 and you're like, it still isn't cutting. Try using it on multi-cut, and if you're on multi-cut 4 and it still isn't cutting, you may need to get an actual deep, I think it's deep cut blade. I have that one. I don't use it often. I don't cut anything really that thick. But if you see that like I said, you have it on pressures maxed out and you have it on 6 and it's just not even making a dent in it, then you might need to get you a whole new different blade housing, the deep cut blade. But for the most part, I see just using multi-cut button works. Okay, the next thing is your center point button. And I'm going to try to explain this to the best ability. And if you guys still don't get it, let me know and I'll do a video strictly for this. So, what the center cut button does is it can cut your center point. It can cut out pictures. This is my little boy. So I just use my center point button and cut this picture out of his head. So I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've never in my life used this button. And so I told you guys, I'm learning with you guys. So I did some research on it. I found out how to use it and I'm going to show you. So I'm going to try to explain it. So if you still don't get it, let me know and I'll explain it better if I can. What I do, this is how I do it. I'm going to go ahead and load my paper. And like I said, this is how I do it. This is not saying this is right, but it works. I want to cut my circle out at, I'm just going to say 2 inches. So I'm going to hit your center point button, which is this button right here. Hit that button. Make sure you have it. I'm just going to cut out a circle. You know what? I want to cut out a heart. Let me clear that off. I want to cut out a heart so you guys can see. You don't have to do just circles. You can do letters, pictures, anything. And I'm going to hit cut. So it's going to cut out my circle. This is my template. And then I'm going to unload this paper. Okay, so all I did was just cut out a template. So there's my heart. So there's me another heart. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this template on top of my picture. Okay? And I want it about like that. So, and I understand that that's going to cut his head out because I did pick the wrong picture, but that's alright. This is just to show you. So what you're going to do is when you have it like that, you want to find the center point of your picture when you have it like this. So I'm going to say the center is right on the side of his nose, about right there where his nose and his cheek mix. So I'm going to put this on my mat and I'm going to put my blade right there on the side of his nose. It may not be perfect. For me, that's okay. I mean, I'm not going to put it way over here because then it's going to cut it way over here. So kind of try to find the center point, which like I said, I think it's about right there on his nose. So I'm going to put that on my mat, put this picture on my mat. I'm just going to put it on my mat, anywhere I can find it, somewhere where it's sticky. Okay, so all I've done was put my picture on my mat. Now, I'm going to load my paper, or my picture, and I'm going to take my arrows and I'm just going to move my blade to right where I said I think it is. This is where I have to get my head in the picture because I can't see. You're going to want to actually get down to where you can see your blade. And since I can't see that really good, I'm just going to say that's about it. So see how I got it right there? I still have center point done, so I'm just going to hit my little, I want the heart still. And then I'm going to take and hit cut. And it'll cut your picture and then it'll go back, the blade will go back to the center and then you hit unload paper. And I was off a little bit because, like I said, I couldn't see his head. I can't see up under that blade, and it's kind of dark in here. But that's okay. I'm off a little, but you guys get the point. So see, it cuts out his little face. But had I put it a little bit better, it would have cut him out better. So you need to make sure you find it. So what you're trying to do, again, let me explain it one more time, is this is the picture. Let me do this. This is the picture that I cut out, okay? Right here. That's the picture I cut out. I cut this out at, I think it was 3 inches, might have been 2. Yeah, it was 2 inches. I cut out my template, okay? And I put it on my picture, and I found the center point, which the center point I went by was where his hairline stops right there, that little piece of long hair. And then I hit cut while my center point is on, and it cut it out, and it cut out almost perfectly. That. So like I said, you can cut letters, pictures, anything like that out. You don't have to, and I know a lot of people want to do that to scrapbook. I used to do that like crazy. I used to cut all my pictures out and scrapbook them, but now I just cut them out the regular way. I don't do that, but I know a lot of people still want to do this. So that's how center point works. I hope you guys understood that. And again, if you didn't catch it, just send me a message, and I'll try to explain that a little bit better. Okay, the next button is your flip button. So I'm going to take center point off, and I'm going to highlight flip. Okay, and the flip button I'm going to actually change to, I'm actually going to cut out, let's cut out an apple so you guys can see it. Okay, so I'm going to load that, I'm going to put it over here. And I'm going to leave everything at 2 inches because it seems like that's just a better number for me. Okay? So I'm going to take flip off, and I'm just going to show you how to do this first. I'm going to hit my apple, which is this button right here. And it'll pop up an apple. Okay? I'm just going to cut it. Just your normal everyday apple. And then, when it cuts out that apple, you guys see this. See how the stem is? So I'm going to hit the flip button, and it's going to mirror it. It's just going to flip it that way. So watch. I'm going to hit load last. I'm going to highlight the flip button, and it turns pink on mine, but most of you, if you have the white, it'll turn green. And I'm going to hit the apple again, and you can even see it. It's going to reverse it in this window. See? And then I'm going to hit cut. And see what it does? It takes your apple and it just flips it into a mirrored image. Okay? I use this a lot, and let me tell you why I use this one. Say you're cutting out, I don't know, just say you're cutting out a man and a woman, okay? And they're both facing, where's my hand? They're both facing this way, like their eyes and stuff are facing that way. Both of them. But you want them to actually look at each other like that. Well, then all you do is, if they're both facing this way, you have a man and a woman looking that way, but you want to turn them. Just say this is their stem, the leaves are their eyes. If you have them facing that way, but you want to turn them so they're looking at each other, you just hit the flip button, and then you have them where they're facing each other and they're talking, holding hands, whatever you're wanting to make a page of. I'd use cards like that for Valentine's. I have a picture where I wanted, let me show you this one. This will explain it better. Okay, just say I cut out this Cupid, and they're both facing that way, but I want one this way and one that way. If you hit the flip button, it'll take one that's facing that way and it'll turn it to where the heart's facing that way, so then you can have two Cupids looking at each other. So that's what I use it for, and I do use that button a lot. Now, let me show you what the line return does. I'm going to turn flip off. I'm going to load my paper. But I'm actually going, whoa, my mat's not sticky. Okay, I'm going to load my paper, and I'm going to go down here. Okay, and I'm going to cut a heart out again. I'm just going to cut one, just like normal. Okay, this next button that's right here says line return. Hit that button and it drops it. I don't know if you guys saw that. Huh. I didn't know it was going to go that fast. It was up here and it dropped it to the next available line. So, let me do that again. Let me go back up here so you guys can see it, because I know you didn't catch that. Okay, I'm going to cut that heart out again. Okay, just like normal. But I want to go back down to the beginning of the paper down here. Just hit line return and it takes you to the next, your next line down there. And then you can hit cut or whatever you're wanting to do. So that's what the line return does. It just takes you to the next available line. So if you're way over here and you're like, I want to get over there, but I don't want to drag my arrow over there, just hit line return and it'll shoot you back over to the next line that you can cut at. Okay, the settings I went over. The settings was just where you hit the button and all that stuff comes up over there. The mat size, you hit the mat size and it's just telling you what the mat, how you can change it. See? Paper's 12 by 12 or paper's 12 by 24. And you can't see that, so hang on. Sorry. I'm not even paying attention. If you hit mat size, it's 12 by 12 or 12 by 24. So see, instead of having to go into the settings and constantly hitting it, you can just hit that button easily and it'll change it. But mine's 12 by 12, so I'm going to leave it like that. Okay? These next two buttons right here, and if this is wrong, leave me a comment in the section below. Okay, guys? Because this is the one, unless it's changed, and it may have changed since, because I don't stay, I used to, let's say, live on the Cricut board. But I have not been on the Cricut board, and I don't know, since before they changed it over. It was really slow, and then when they changed it, I didn't like it, so I just haven't been on there. So if this is changed, leave me a comment below or send me a message so I can let all you guys know. This button and this button, extra 1 and 2, have no function. Those are so that when Provo Craft wants to release something new, that's what those are for. Whereas, I don't know this, but I'm just saying, they can set it up where you have to do a Cricut upgrade. What you do to your Gypsy when you plug it in and like a, I'm just going to say upgrade. I can't think of what you call it. But they may come out with one day where you can just say hit that button and you could weld letters. So they're saving that for future things. And as of right now, those are still just blank buttons. They don't do anything. You can hit them all day and they just chirp. They don't do anything. So that's what those two buttons do. So that's it. The multi-cut button, just, you can cut it more than once. You can cut it 2 times, 3 times, or 4 times. You need to change that in your settings. Center point is just where you find the center of your picture that you're wanting to cut out, and you cut out your image using that, like the circle, a heart, whatever. You can cut out anything that you want with it. The flip is where it just mirrors your image. The line return is just where it puts your, you hit that and it just moves your arrow to the next available line at the beginning. Your settings is over here where you fiddle with stuff in this window. Your mat size is just where you can change 12 by 12, 12 by 24. Your extra 1 and extra 2 don't do anything. So that is it for this class. And again, I'll go over Thursday what these 6 buttons up here do. And those are going to take longer. So this may actually be a longer video than today. You're thinking, oh my gosh. But yeah, those are the buttons I get asked a lot, so I'm going to slow it down on those. And if I see it's too long, I'll make a 2-part video that still goes up on Thursday. But I'll do, and I think I may do it anyway, depending on how long the video is. I'll do part 1 as these 3, and part 2 is those 3, but they'll still both go up on Thursday. So don't worry about that. I'm not going to divide that up to more days. So if you see on Thursday where it says part 1, then you know part 2 will be coming up shortly after that same day for those. But if you don't see part 1, then you know it's going to be all 6 together. So I hope that was helpful. Thank you guys for hanging in there with me on my camera. I finally got one that I love. It's a Canon something, so if you want to know, let me know. I love how the zooming is just awesome. I mean, look, you can see the buttons. I mean, that is just awesome. But that's it. I'm sorry the video was so long, but you're almost done, guys. So thank you so much for hanging in there. Thanks for the awesome feedback, and I'll talk to all you guys later. Bye.